It's your man Delvin. Welcome to Delvin's room. And bruh, I gotta take it here tonight, man. Who had the better debut album? 50 Cent Get Rich or Die Trying or Young Jeezy Thug Motivation? Bruh, I recently listened to both albums, right? In commercial wise, it's not close. 50 Cent definitely has the bigger album, right? If we just talking about sales and all that. Accolades, 50 got him, right? But I really listened to Thug Motivation and I weighed against Get What You Die Trying. And I'm listening to it through a 2025 lens, right? Bruh, Thug Motivation might be the better album, bro. I'm gonna just keep it real, bro. I cannot lie, bro. And the reason I say Jeezy might have the better album, the production. The production on Thug Motivation has lasted better throughout time than the production on Get Rich or Die Trying, bro. Because if you listen to Get Rich or Die Trying, the production is not really relevant today in 2025. But the production on Thug Motivation is still as strong today in 2025 as it was in 2005, bro. Very interesting. Both albums are great. Commercial wise, 50 was out of this world. It's not even a close debate. You feel me? Like Jeezy album, I think it debuted. Let me make sure I have it right. It debuted. It did good numbers. It debuted at number two, so it didn't even go number one. Debuted at number two, and it has done over 2 million records. You feel me? So it was a big selling album for Jeezy, especially for a debut album. But if we talking about 50 Cent Get Rich or Die Trying, bro, it's 50 Cent Get Rich or Die Trying was it was the best selling album of 2003. So let's just get that right there, right? It's ranked as one of the greatest on Billboard. They ranked this one of the greatest. Still to this day is the biggest selling uh debut album for an artist, and it did over 13 million records around the world. So it's not even close when we discussing uh commercial success. But let's talk about cultural impact. Let's talk about cultural impact, right? Get Rich or Die Trying really brought in that hardcore hip hop era, right? Because around the time that 50 came in, hip hop was like in a party type vibe. Nelly, Ludacris, you feel me? And then 50 bust on the scene, boom. What up, blood? What up? You feel me? He went real gangster with it, right? But let's look at Jeezy when Jeezy debuted. What was going on? East Coast was dominating, right? But the South was having an explosion, right? But it was one element that the South was missing because you had Lil Jon doing his thing. The South was in the clubs by then. Outkast was doing their thing. But the one area the South was lacking in was the streets. The South hadn't been certified in the streets yet. And that's what Jeezy came through. Boom. And Jeezy was like, he was very impactful on the South as far as street coaching. You feel me? It let niggas know it was no joke in the South. Cause before then, you feel me, it always Cali and New York, them niggas hard. Cali, out there in New York, them niggas gangsters. Cali gang banging. But the South is we in the club, we head busting. We head busting. We don't give a we just it's on some club shit, right? But when Jeezy came through, It was on some gangster shit. So Jeezy kind of brought that element to it. Was like, oh shit, niggas down there serious. You feel me? So we gotta look at both perspectives. You feel me? And let's just go with the singles, right? So you have In the Club, and then you have And Then What? Now, In the Club is out of here. Way bigger single. Went number one on Billboard. You feel me? It was crazy. It was out of here. You feel me? That's not even comparable. That's probably the biggest song of the 2000s, period. But And Then What was a big song. It was a top 20 rap song, and it was a top 14 hip hop song. You feel me? I didn't do great on Billboard. I mean, it did. I mean, you got to remember this different time. It was top 100 on the Billboard, right? So it wasn't the biggest, right? But 50 Cent next single, 21 Questions. 50 Cent went more to the ladies, right? Jeezy stayed on the street tip on his next single. Jeezy went with Soul Survivor, right? Soul Survivor is still to this day Biggie, Jeezy's biggest single, right? It actually went number 4 on Billboard. So that's a huge one for Jeezy. That's still his biggest song to this day. He went number 1 on hip hop, so that's a big one. He went number 1 on hip hop and rap. So he did very good on that single, right? And Jeezy's last single was Go Crazy, right? Go Crazy. It wasn't the biggest. It didn't well. It charted very well. Now I'm looking back because I didn't think it had to chart too well. It went 22 on hip hop, and it went number 2 on rap. Now, if we talk about singles, it's not even anything to compare with 50, because 50 singles was just out of this world. I think 50 had. Let me make sure. Let me just before I could. Yeah, 50 went number 3. He went number 1 on all 3 songs, bruh. Like, bruh. Yeah, 50 went number 1 in different countries. So let me not even bring up 50 chart. 50 went number 1 in every country. So as far as the sales and commercial success, is not close. But I'm talking about just the listening of the album. Like for a while, I'm gonna just be honest. I was like, Thug Motivation is a great album. It's a great album for its period, but I don't think it's one of the greatest rap albums of all time. But as time continues to go on, I'm starting to realize Thug Motivation is one of the greatest rap albums of all time, and it cannot be denied. It just cannot be denied. I'm listening to it. I'm like, fuck, Jeezy really marked the era in time with this goddamn album, right? So is it better than Get Rich or Die Trying? I don't know, bro. Like, just looking back, but I think the accolades that 50 accomplished and the things that he accomplished on Get Rich or Die Trying, people just you can't like sidetrack that. You feel me? But man, Jeezy really put it down. It's a tough one. Both albums are great. Here's what I will say, right? I do feel like Get Rich or Die Trying is one of the greatest rap albums of all time. I think it's top 10, possibly top 5 rap albums of all time. All Eyes on Me is the greatest rap album of all time. Nas Illmatic is up there. 50 Cent Get Rich or Die Trying might be up there. But here's where I'm going to get some people at. I do believe that Jeezy Thug Motivation is one of the greatest rap albums of all time. I would even say it's a top 10 rap album of all time. I really believe it marked a certain time and the importance of that album to the South. It marked the emergence of the streets of the South. See, this is why you have to give Jeezy his credit. The same way I say DMX really showcased the streets of New York in a way that we never seen. I believe Jeezy showcased the streets of Georgia, of Atlanta, and just of the South period, because Jeezy was a representation of the South that we never seen before, bro. So I don't know, bro. I might have to say Thug Motivation is better than Get Rich or Die Trying. I tripping.